Alright guys, Bojo here, and we are back with our Columbus Blue Jackets GM mode up here at the trade deadline in year number 2, and it's once again not looking to be a fun year. Once again, 25, 30, and 7. Looks like we are going to be sellers at the trade deadline. Once again, I mean, we do have two back-to-back 1-0 wins, but that's not going to save our season. So I think we're probably going to make some trades before the trade deadline since we do have some time here to get some things done, which is why I asked some suggestions from you guys last time about who should be put on the trading block for this coming trade deadline, about who players that we should trade. And you guys did agree with me that we should trade Brooks Orpik at this deadline just because we did sign him in free agency. 4 mil is a little bit maybe tough to handle down the line. 82 for defense, 82 defensive defenseman is just not really going to work out for us, and so we should trade him while he still has some value at 34 years old, that we can get something back for him. And a lot of you guys were telling me that we did make the wrong trade with Evander Kane, and I probably would agree with you guys. I mean, he only has 13 goals and 20 assists so far this year for 33 points in 62 games. Not really looking out for it. I mean, he is still on pace for maybe his 50-point season, but I think we did make the wrong trade here. So a lot of you guys were telling me to trade Evander Kane and get one of the other snipers that you could have gotten early on in the season. So I'm down with that. I could trade maybe Evander Kane and get somebody back. Uh, I don't. Okay, Foligno was another guy. Yeah, you guys were saying trade Nick Foligno, keep Anisimov, right? Yeah, we still want to keep Artem Anisimov, but we do want to trade Nick Foligno. Like I said, we want to get rid of some of these two-way forward guys on the third line. I think we really should look forward to getting a very good offensive-minded third line. I really haven't had an offensively-minded third line in one of my GM modes for a long time. I think maybe going back to the Flyers GM mode in NHL 13, I think was the last time I had a strictly offensive-minded third line. So it's been a while since I tried to create one of them. So it'll be interesting to see about that. So Foligno, we'll get rid of him. Jokinen, I think we can probably keep. He's a good fourth liner to have, so we'll keep UC. Como we'll still keep. And some of you guys are saying to trade Dubinsky, but I think I might just want to rather re-sign him because he's still good and he's probably the best defensive forward that we have on this team. So we'll keep Dubes, but we'll trade Evander Kane, Orpik, and Nick Foligno. Try to get some picks back. In return for them centers, I don't really see a need to trade Johansson, Hodgson, Anisimov, or Jenner. None of those guys, they're all good to go. Goaltenders, we're still going to keep Bobrovsky and Smith. Yeah, we'll re-sign Bobrovsky, like I said. We'll still keep him around. Dansk will be getting better soon, but I think maybe like in a year or two, depending on what kind of contract Bobrovsky wants, we can then determine what we're going to do with him when Oscar Dansk gets better. Same thing with Jeremy Smith. He can still get maybe a little bit better. Who knows? But that's about it. In the system, I don't know if we have any tradable assets in the system. I mean, we have a lot of prospects like Honka, McCowan. Who knows how long it might take for McCowan to get better? Who knows? Like I said, we do have a lot of prospects, so we can trade some prospects in there for additive trade value, like Nylander, Borgstrom, Moutre, Weinberg, Goudobin, Thompson, all those kind of guys like that. Reichel, yeah, Mac Albert, yeah, players like that. Barbashev, Terrell, yeah, Chapa, guys like that. So we have the tradable assets. Let's. I think we did upgrade our trading block last time, or at least I think we did. Dubes and Nick Foligno. Yep, the three guys that we are going to trade. So let's get trading right now, and let's get it going. So let's see if we can get these guys going and did before the trade deadline. I'll make two trades before and two trades after. So well, two trades before it and one during the trade deadline. So we'll save maybe. We'll try to trade Orpik and Foligno now, and then we'll hold Dubinsky during the trade deadline to see if anybody actually comes at us with an interesting offer. So, Orpik, let's get him out of here. See if there would be any team interested in him. Okay, the Carolina Hurricanes are interested, and I think that might be it. Tampa and Washington. Okay, so Carolina, Tampa, and Washington. All right, let's start with the Hurricanes first. Let's see if they have anything in return for Orpik. We're not going to get much back from him because his salary, his trade value isn't the greatest. So let's just go to all skaters here for the Hurricanes. And let's see, trade value wise, we could get Drayson Bowman, but he is already 25. We could get this Laminko guy. Prospects would be nice. This Franzen guy who's 21 years old. He hasn't even been signed yet. Kane Franzen. When was he drafted? He was an unrestricted free agent. Okay, he has how many years left? None. Well, none. McGinn, Cavisto. Okay, pick wise. Draft pick wise, looks like Carolina's valuing their first a lot. We could get a second. Okay, so Carolina prospects are definitely something we could get back from them. Tampa was the other team. Tampa has 2 first-round picks from the Rangers, and Tampa, that's in the Martin St. Louis deal. All right, what does Tampa Bay have in terms of prospect-wise? Adam Ernie, we could maybe get Adam Ernie, but he does take a long time to progress. I know, like, he's not even playing on Johnny's team, and Johnny's like 7 years into the GM, so I'm not gonna do that. Tyler Johnson, maybe he's already 81, but he's a two-way forward, right? Yeah, he's a center two-way forward. We don't want that. We want like players and stuff like that. How about Schuster? Andre Schuster. 24, 6'8", he's a big boy, defensive defenseman. He could be a nice prospect replacement for Orpik. Like, we still need that defensive defenseman on this team in some fashion. And Schuster could maybe be that person. 24 years old, 6'8". What's his contract look like? He's a depth forward. He's 77. He's a minor league top 2. So we wouldn't be able to play him. Well, I could put him on top 6. 1 year left at 1.3. How's he doing this year? How's he been doing? He's playing in the AHL, 23 points in 57 games. That's not bad. He could get a nice little boost. So, yeah, that could be something we can make a trade for. So, Schuster maybe for Orpik, I can maybe see that. Maybe even Gudas. How about Gudas? Gudas has 2 years left. He's a defensive defenseman. Nice, strict body checker. He hasn't played any games for the Tampa Bay Lightning this year. Okay, so that's something I don't like. He hasn't played any games, so he won't be getting any better. So Schuster, and what are their their draft picks? We can maybe get like a second. Maybe a second and Schuster for him. Okay, so that's interesting. And Washington, what do you guys have? Let's see. Brown, but I know he's like 24 or something, yeah. Let's see. They also have Hetherington, Tom Wilson, nope. Bowie. What is Orpik's trade value looking like? He has a decent trade value. It's like a little bit past the R, so it's not terrible. It's a little bit past the R, so that'd be like this value. So Bowie would probably be relative there. Okay, so Tampa Bay looks like they have the best tradable assets that we can go for here. So let's see if we can grab up. Who do we want to get? Do we want to get Gudas or Schuster? Well, Schuster, obviously. We want to grab Schuster because he's played games this year. So we want to try to do that. Salary cap, not compliant. We can probably steal somebody off their team with a lot of salary. Because we are very good salary-wise. Matthias Oland, no, he's got 2 years left. Somebody 1 year left, a lot of salary, low trade value. Tom Pyatt, maybe he get through? No, not enough. Crombie, no. Would they have too many players under contract? Is that the reason? Does it have to be Killorn? No. Why won't this go through? Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, why won't this go through? It's Columbus. Oh, we would have more than 45 skaters. Okay, so we have to give back somebody. Okay, no big deal about that. Larkin and McNeil. Still no. Now it's probably salary cap. Okay. Salary. Let me see. Is there anybody on my team that I don't have signed and I really don't need? Let me see. Overalls. Lowest overalls. Martin Medansky. And Seedlick. Alright, salary time now. Let's see, where's Oland at? Matthias Oland. Okay, now it'll go through. Alright, so we can grab up Matthias Oland. That's 3. That's for another 2 years, though. I don't know about that. He'll continue to get worse. Like I said, I'd rather take somebody back with 1 year left. And Tom Pyatt. No, it has to be somebody a lot higher. Nate Thompson. No, that's not going to go through. Johnson. No, it's not going to be Johnson. Alright, it would have to be Matthias Oland in this. And then maybe a second-round pick. And then I could throw something else in here. Just to sweeten it just a touch more. Can maybe give them... Do you guys want shot put? I can throw in shot put, and I could probably put in another person as well. Ellis. Alright, so I can throw all that shit in there for a trade for another minor league defenseman in Schuster. So I could do that, or Schuster in the second for Orpik. Okay, he definitely has that covered. He definitely has that covered. I'll try another pick in there as well. I'll try a second for next year as well. Alright, so let's see if that goes through. So Orpik, Medansky, a bunch of minor leaguers for Andre Schuster, and 2 second-round picks. Let's see if this goes through. No. Alright, I'll take off next year's second. Alright, we'll try this. So Schuster in the second for Brooks Orpik. Yep, that'll go through. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we consider it a done deal. Okay, so we got another prospect back for Brooks Orpik and a second-round pick from the Lightning. So that's a good deal there. And, yeah, let's see if we can get rid of Evander Kane now. All right, and then we'll try Foligno in the in the trade deadline. So Evander Kane, nail on the block. Like I said, there were a couple of names that we could go out there for. I want to go to Edmonton, and I want to see if I can get Jordan Eberle. It's a lot of salary, $6 million for 5 years, but it's once again, it's kind of the same deal with Evander Kane that he's making. Eberle is 24. He's a little bit older than him, but I think Eberle does put up the points. Yeah, he already has 50 points in 61 games so far this year. So I want to make this trade for Jordan Eberle. All right, so let's see if Eberle and Kane can go through. So let's compare trade values, actually. So Kane's goes halfway to the E. Eberle's goes a little bit less. So we can maybe Kane does have Eberle covered. Anything else that Edmonton has, we could probably get a first back for Edmonton. Can maybe throw out something in there. What do you guys have prospect-wise? Anything good? A lot of good prospects here in Edmonton, but their trade values are very, very good as well. Philip Larson, this Chase guy, Arcabello, no. Okay, so nothing really too special here for prospects. Just a lot of high overall guys with high trade values that we can't afford. But we can try to grab up this first from the Edmonton Oilers in exchange for, let's see, can we give up maybe maybe we can send Foligno in this deal as well. Let me see, where's Foligno at? Nick Foligno, he has quite a bit of trade value to him. We can give away Jokinen. They don't want Jokinen, but that would definitely cover the first. And then I think it would just be a player back, right? Will Acton? Yeah, it would just be a player back. So we can maybe give up Jokinen, and then instead of Foligno, just give up Jokinen. Even though he's a good defensive player, even though we signed him in free agency, Jokinen has less trade value than Foligno does, so we could probably get something bigger back for Foligno. And like I said, Jokinen was just a fourth liner. We have better fourth liners that could fill out the team. We have Dana Terrell, and we have Dana Terrell down there in the minors that he could come up and play the fourth line, or Matt Calvert as well, so get some offense going on the fourth line as well. So we could do it. We could do that. We could trade Jokinen as well. So let's see if this goes through. So Evander Kane and UC Jokinen for Jordan Eberle and Edmonton's first round pick. Will this go through? No, we could live with your somebody woefully insufficient. Okay, so I don't think they want to give up Jordan Eberle. So I think we will have to give up Nick Foligno here. All right, so we do want to add Nick Foligno. We'll take off UC Jokinen. We'll try this out. So they want Foligno, so we'll give it to them. So Evander Kane and Nick Foligno for Jordan Eberle and a first-round pick from the Edmonton Oilers. Will this go through? Just a bit low. We'll add in a draft pick. We'll add in our 6th and our 7th. We'll end up throwing a 4th for next year as well. So Kane, Foligno, 7th, 6th, and a 4th for Jordan Eberle and a 1st from the Oilers. Will this go through? Sweeten it just a touch. All right, let me move the 4th up to a 5th for the 4th up to a 3rd for next year. There we go. So I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Edmonton Oilers, and we consider it a done deal. Okay, so the Evander Kane move definitely did not work out all too great. So why not get a better sniper in return So we get Jordan Eberle and Nick Foligno. So Evander Kane and Nick Foligno off to Edmonton. Eberle and a first-round pick coming back our way. So yeah, that basically does it for my trades. Like I said, we still have Dubinsky. I'll go through the deadline to see if anybody wants to make any trades with us for Brandon Dubinsky. If not, I'm perfectly fine with keeping him on this team. So let's simulate a day. Manny Malhotra is being placed on waivers by the Oilers. He's 1 year left. No, we don't have to pick up Manny Malhotra. He's an old head. We don't need to. All right, so we'll go to trade negotiations. We're just gonna listen for trades from other teams. We're not gonna make any trades. All right, so player and pick trading. So there's our 2 trades that we have made. Brooks Orpik, Austin Medansky, and 3 other minor leaguers to Tampa Bay in return for Andre Schuster and a 2nd-round pick from the Lightning. And the Edmonton Oilers got Evander Kane, Nick Foligno, and a couple picks in return for Jordan Eberle and a 1st-round pick. So I think that was a pretty good deal, in my opinion. We got rid of Evander Kane, swapped him with Jordan Eberle, and we got a 1st-round pick in return for Nick Foligno. So good trades there. We can use that Edmonton pick to move up if we need to in the draft, to maybe get a number 1 spot or something like that. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. All right, so player and pick tradings. Nobody's making any trades at the trade deadline so far. Interesting. All right, so looks like now we're getting some trades. So the New York Rangers got Jack Skilly from the Winnipeg Jets in return for Oscar Lindberg and Mackenzie Skapski. So Rangers looking to get some more depth for their lineup, and they're giving away. They got Oscar Lindberg in return. So that was a pretty good trade, I think. And yeah, that's it. No trades being made this deadline. Wow, very quiet trade deadline. Nothing too big happening. All right, so if we go to edit lines, we'll just make the team the best possible. So they want Dubinsky, Johansson, Eberle. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll just move Dubinsky to the center. Atkinson, Hodgson, Kuznetsov, Jokinen, Anisimov, Fratton, and then Como, Jenner, and we don't want Will Acton up here. We want who should we call up? We should call up Calvert's a depth forward. Dan Terrell. Yeah, we'll call up Dan Terrell. All right, so Will Acton, you can go. He'll go through waivers. Yeah, that's fine. If he gets claimed, nothing I'm too worried about. Schuster, I think he has to stay up here unless there's a better defenseman. We could put Savard Nass. We can leave. They're both the same overall minor league top 2s. Yeah, so we can leave Schuster up here. He can play. Give him some NHL experience. Why not? And we do have Matthias Olin. Actually, yeah. Well, we'll let Olin play. We'll let Schuster continue to go down there into the minors. So we will. We'll swap him with somebody. Swap him with somebody who's not really playing that much in there. Thomas Larkin, why not? We'll switch him. And who are we also going to switch? Yeah, we're going to switch Will Acton. Oh, no, we wanted to call somebody up. We wanted to call up a forward. We wanted to call up Dan Terrell to the big leagues. If you want him to return to the minors, yeah, that's fine. All right, so there we go. And we will fill Will Acton's spot with Dan Terrell. No, not Calvin DeHaan. Dan Terrell, there you go. 4th line. You're a center, right? You are. You have 70 faceoffs. Jenner has 74. Okay, so Jenner can do there. He can play wing. That's fine. Defensively, Johnson, Murray, Olin, DeKaiser, Erickson, and DeHaan. Yep. Power plays, I'm just going to leave everything the way it is. Penalty kills, all that good stuff. They want Jordan Eberle on the penalty kill. Whatever. I'm not gonna mess with it. Goaltenders, Bobrovsky and Smith. Yep. Shootouts. Whatever. All right, we're good there. And then Springfield, they want Acton playing center there. We'll just move Boyce up, and we'll move Tambellini up. And I think that's it. There's no. We got just Schuster. That's right. Schuster, you can go in place of. Which person does not need? Patrick McNeil. You can take a seat. Patrick McNeil and Andre Schuster. Get your ass in there. Top line with David Savard. Glad if you go up there, Will Weber. Okay, cool beans. Just want Schuster. Make sure that he is playing in places. So Schuster. Want to play Schuster. There. Not Urban. Nope, not Savard. Schuster. And then Schuster right there. Calvert, Boyce, Dansk in the net. And yep, we're good to go for Springfield. Alright, we're all good to go. How much time we run at? 21 minutes here. Yeah, we can get done the regular season and do a whole kind of wrap up of it. Yeah, so let's just get through this. Let's blow right by it, get everything done. So Jordan Eberle makes his way onto the Columbus Blue Jackets and immediately becomes the leading goal scorer for the team. Yeah, that's kind of how shit works. So we'll get it done here. Get done this regular season as quickly as possible. And we'll look forward to next year. Hopefully our young players will start to be getting some big jumps, and it'll hopefully look better for our team. But the one thing we definitely need to do, like I said, is we need to build this third line. We need to build the third line into a strict goal scoring line. We need more offense on this team. Like I said, we're just not scoring as many goals as I would like to. We're way too defensive, I think. Way too defensively minded, and it doesn't really work out for us all too often. So we need to just build the third line, strict on offense. We could maybe get some third liners that could possibly have a good offensive category as well as a good defensive category, which would help out a ton. But we need to go strict offense for the third line, and we'll probably do that in free agency, build up some teams. But hopefully our younger players will continue to get better. So that's all I'm hoping for. I mean, we're stringing some wins together, which is nice. I still kind of want to bomb the season 30, 34, and 7. I don't know how good of a draft pick we're looking at here, but we do have a couple draft picks which we can move up for. Like I said, we got Edmonton's pick, which should be interesting to see where they go. They should be a good team, but I'll have to see at the end of the season where they are at. All right, so Eberle has 26 goals, 35 assists. So that's good. I mean, we're starting to win some games here. I mean, maybe Jordan Eberle might be that missing piece that we need. He definitely seems to be working out better so far than Evander Kane. I mean, he's putting up points for us. Are we going to get back to 500? Nope, not yet. All right, the Minnesota Wild, dear God, they're on fire. 52, 17, and 7. Dear merciful heaven. And we get a win there, 2-1. All right, can Eberle be a 30-goal scorer here? I mean, I still wanted us to lose games, but that doesn't look like that's going to be happening. Yeah, we got a win there. We're 500. Let's just check out the standings just for kicks and giggles. All right, so that's good. Perfect timing for that scouting. So he wanted us to go to Simliga goaltender, so we don't have to worry about forwards in the Simliga. There's a top 10 guy, this Sorella. We want to just look for the most top 10 picks. WHL, I think, yeah, Barzell, Musil, Merkley. Okay, OHL has a lot of guys too. McDavid, Korsolev, Clark. QMJNHL has just this Gagne guy, and yeah, that's basically it. Do we want to scout this Sorella guy? He doesn't look like he's going to be all too great. So we'll just continue to scout the dub. What do we want to do? The dub or the OHL? OHL is pretty well scouted, so we'll do the dub for 6 weeks. All right, so we managed to reach back to 500, which is definitely interesting. Points leaders, no one's up there for points for us. Wins, obviously no one's up there. Goals, Everly's not too far off on the goals lead. Assists, obviously not going to be up there. And yeah, I think we're kind of far away from playoffs. But yeah, we got 4 games left. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're four games left in the season. Doesn't matter. I didn't check like where in the standings. So if we could lose all these 4 games, that'd be sweet. They're against tough opponents too, so that's always good. Yep, there we go. Getting some losses. That's nice. There was an overtime loss, but Florida, get a win there. That's fine. End of the year at 500, looking promising. So Eberle got 30 goals. That's good. Hodgson got 35 assists. So that's pretty good as well. And last game of the season against Pittsburgh got blown out 6-1. All right, so that'll end off the year 36, 37, and 9. If we compare it to the entire league, what kind of pick are we looking at this year? So we have finished with 81 points, which is tied for second worst in the Eastern Conference, which is good. Western Conference we're looking at, so it looks like first overall pick will go to the Islanders. So it looks like New York Islanders, Anaheim, Winnipeg, St. Louis. All right, so we're looking at like maybe a 5, 6, maybe like 6, 7, or 8th overall pick in the draft this year. And remember, we do have Edmonton's pick, and Edmonton finished one of the top teams in the West. So it's looking like a very low pick as well. All right, so nothing we could do there, and yeah, let's just check out the stats for the whole year. I'm not going to look at team standings because I know we were a terrible team standing wise, so we'll just look at the NHL. Alrighty. Alright, so all skaters forward. So Jordan Eberle, 65 points in 81 games. Like I said, most of these came with Edmonton. He had 51, I think, when he came over here. So he got 14 points for us, which was not bad. Not bad for the amount of games that he played. 14 points and I think maybe like 20-some games. So that's not bad. Pretty good for him. 30 goal scorer, 35 assist guys. So that's good for Eberle. It's good for his progression. Ryan Johansson, 45 points. Cody Hodgson, 45 points on the second line. Atkinson, 44 points with 23 goals. So that's good for him. Looks like he can put the puck in the net on the second line, which is good. He fits in that second line sniper position fairly well for us. Evgeny Kuznetsov had 41 points, and Brandon Dubinsky had 41 points as well. So we did have 5 players over 40 points. And obviously with Eberle, his 65 doesn't really matter. So we did have 5 players on our team with over 40 points, which it's not bad. I would rather take 5 players over 40 points any day of the week rather than like 1 or 2 guys with like a point a game player or something like that. It's depth pointage, so it's pretty nice. UC Okinen had 25, Matt Fratton had 25, and Nisimov had 19. See, like, even the third line guys almost had 20 points, which is actually pretty good. I want to see maybe them get near 30, but, like, 25-ish, I'm fine with that. Jenner had 11, Como had 7, Dan Terrell had 2 points in the 20 games that he played. Yeah, so Eberle had 14 points in 20 games, so that's actually not too bad for him. All right, so defensemen, we had Jack Johnson at 33 points. Not a bad finish for him. Calvin DeHaan with 25, Ryan Murray with 24, DeKaiser with 21, Tim Erickson with 20, and Matthias only had 3. Obviously, everybody's going to be negative. And goaltenders, Sergei Bobrovsky finished the year 28, 31, and 3 with a 2.49 goals against average, save percentage of 92.03. And Jeremy Smith, he was a positive this year, so that's good. 2.15, 8, 6, and 2 with a 92.80. So he actually did save a lot. Two shutout for him, 4 for Bobrovsky. All right, so that's what it looks like there. Finished off the year 36, 37, and 9. The AHL is 41, 19, and 14. So we can run with them in the next video. But once again, it looks promising. I mean, we were winning some games here at the end of the season, which did look pretty promising for next year. Maybe Eberle is definitely that much better player that we need, and rather than Evander Kane. So we'll have to see how that works out, but we'll continue to run with our AHL team in the next video. We'll send the guys back down again that we can send down. And yeah, we'll run from there. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe as always. And we'll continue simulating in the next video.